Welcome to the Backyard Professor Responds videos. I didn't make a video last night because it's all about drones. This is a remarkable thing. Absolutely every news channel has picked up this situation. Now, what is really intriguing to me is that this has grown magnificently. My wife told me today she heard that Hill Air Force Base in Utah also closed down for a few hours because there's drones down there in Utah, again, over a military base. And we know they're in Oregon, Washington, California now, Nevada. They are all over the eastern seaboard. They are all over the world. Quite disturbing. Thank goodness they're not attacking. And no, let me put to rest, sincerely, we have to quit fear-mongering. That's not going to help us. They are not looking for weapons of mass destruction, a lost nuclear warhead. No. In fact, I've heard now that it was from a medical thing, a small radiation source from a medical kit that was lost, and apparently they found it. Now, I get it. Those who are really, truly into the conspiracy theories are going to say, yep, that's just more proof of the psyops. They're saying that to distract us, etc. No, Ryan Graves was on Joe Rogan today. Fantastic interview. And he showed that that's just not the case. It's just not. So what I want to do tonight is there has now become, and they're trying, the attempt here to justify this claim of the UFOs looking like drones is that the UFOs want us to notice them, and they're changing into shapes that we are familiar with so that we can see the UFOs, and that's why they're shape-shifting into drones. And there are some video evidences that was presented on a channel tonight. I like the channel. I'm going to examine these video evidences, and I'm going to explain to you why I am not at all convinced by this video evidence. I'm after the truth. I want the real McCoy, and therefore I try as best I can with my limited knowledge to be analytical, to try to discover if this is actual valid evidence or if there's some problems with it, etc. It has not affected my belief in the UFOs. What it has affected me in is the kinds of evidence that are just not convincing just yet. I don't know if it'll ever come out. I don't know. What I do know is the videos I'm going to respond to tonight is not good evidence for this morphing of the UFOs into something that we would be comfortable seeing them as. So let's take a look at this. This is a gentleman who sent Christian a video, some video footages of different ways that the UFOs are morphing into different shapes.
So what he started with was, do you want to know what the drones are?
He started like that?
Yeah. And I said, no one knows. To which he responded, I do. And I said, and he asked me what I thought they were. And I said, it could be the, I just said that Graves doesn't think that they're looking for radiation. And to which this gentleman said, the answer is pretty easy and people have issues facing the facts. So he said that they can't be detected on radar. They are cold objects. The FBI hasn't shown one close-up picture or video.
Now, in this instance, what is remarkably interesting is Ryan Graves on Joe Rogan also discussed that feature of these. And that is very intriguing to me. Now, that kind of makes me sit up and pay attention. And I go, wait a minute. Wow. That's not like a typical Earth-made drone. And Harloff and this gentleman who sent him the video, who also says that, are not the only ones. Ryan Graves, who has serious clout as far as I'm concerned, really said this also. So,
nor the public. There hasn't been an order to shoot them down. They come in different shapes, different sizes. They are all over the world and not the USA. All that is fact right now, right, Peter?
Yeah, listen.
Yeah. No one has confirmed that they are drones. Also true. And then asking, what do you think that they are? He's
no one's confirmed that they're drones. I'm going to put a question mark on that one. Yeah. Let's keep going.
To which he says, I believe that the answers are in front of our eyes. And then he sent me videos. So
I was checking his Facebook while you were talking real quick. So I looked him up, and I'm not going to say anything, but it's good context.
Okay. And then it says, not really what I think, it's what I know they are and why they are here. And then I'll let you, and he said, I want you to post the videos. And so he said, listen to what the lady in the second video says. Now, this particular person who sent these said that they've contacted law agencies, mayors, governors, etc., and most of them know, but they are too scared to open their mouths. And that's why this is just one of the videos.
Okay, this idea that the government is too scared to open their mouths and describe what these are, that's an interpretation. Now, in a way, he's probably right, but scared to me comes across with the wrong connotation, more like just determined to keep it secret, not because they're fearful, but because they're hiding something. Right? So, you know.
This is crazy.
Yeah. So that's one of, I don't know where that is.
I wish I could understand like the spatial context.
Yeah. Like, where's that? Where are they filming that?
Yeah, because I was at Comic-Con and when they did the Orbs presentation, I now believe that the Orbs, the drone presentation, the drones can look like anything in the grouping.
Yeah.
But that's a wild one, man. And there's some versions of this online that I've seen that definitely feel like they're moving in that orb shape.
Yeah.
It's magic to me until it's technology that I understand.
Right.
Let's put it that way.
Right. So and you can check that out still.
But the blinking, I don't like.
I don't like the blinking.
I don't like the blinking because I don't associate the blinking with anything advanced. Sorry. Like the blinking to me makes me think this is some kind of drone or jet or whatever it is that has, maybe, let's give them credit, maybe it's got some interesting cloaking on it that projects that kind of like strange iridescence.
You can't hear it.
No.
But there's a sound, and I don't know if the sound that is, that's a sound, and that doesn't sound like the non-sound that traditionally UAPs have. So, but okay, so that's that. That's I don't know.
This is the one you sent me?
This video that I sent, I sent you this video, and then now it's kind of taken off, and it kind of moved. It kind of moves.
That is not an orb. That is the camera trying to zoom in at night on a light. And what it does is when it zooms in, it's called the bokeh effect with how it affects light. And that is not the shape of the craft that is up in the air. And as it comes around, it's facing them, and therefore it does look like an orb. And while it's facing them, and the camera tries to zoom in, it gives us that bokeh effect. And then as the jet begins banking, and we saw that clearly, that's where those blinking orbs, those blinking lights came from, because that's one of the lights on each one of the wings of the jet. And there is absolutely no question whatsoever. I am 100% sure that that is what a jet sounds like. And the reason it sounds like it is because it is one. Now, the camera, just as that was swooping over, the camera lost the jet while it flew directly overhead, and then when it was far away, had already passed them. Then it just briefly, just for a moment, got right up into the corner of the camera. And the reason why, of course, is because if you would have videoed that going all the way over you, you would have seen a 747 jet. I am 100% certain of that. This is not a shape-shifting UFO. This is a jet in the night sky. Now, were we to see this shape, this circle within a circle, we would say that's a circular object. And if it was to be traveling toward us and begin to turn, it would change shape until we could see that it was a Sharpie marker. The shape did not change its reality. What it did is, in perspective from how we are viewing it here, from the direction it's pointing, we can say that's a circle. That is a circular object. And we would be wrong. As it turns and we see its truer shape, we see it's a Sharpie marker. That's what we saw in that first video. So, and the theme, I am not against UFOs being real. I am actually not even against the idea that UFOs can change shape, but that video is not evidence of that claim. That's what I'm contending. Let's take another look at another video.
It was like a blob, and then it turned, looked like it was a. But that was what was so strange about that, right? Yeah. That whole thing, it started out looking like a blob, and then it turned out looking like a machine. So check this out. So
Exactly my point. Exactly my point. It starts out looking like a circle. It actually starts out looking like a circle within a circle. And then it changes to looking like a marker. That's right. Because in relation to our position, the object changed its position. Correct. But that is not proof that the UFO is shapeshift.
This by the way, this one's hilarious. When I first watched this one,
there's one up there. I'm at the golf course.
This is the golf course.
There's another one over there.
Ignore those.
These are UAPs, UFOs, whatever you want to call them. They're all over our skies. Okay. Look, here it is. This is the source of light that always finds me.
So the source always finds me.
This is crazy.
It keeps finding me everywhere. Look at that.
Now she has zoomed in.
Right there, and it just starts to flash. Watch. Watch this.
She's zooming in through the clouds.
It's really, really, really bright.
Is she still talking?
Yeah.
Either shining a spotlight. It looks like a flashlight in the sky.
It looks like a flashlight in the sky.
And there is another orb up there. You see it?
Like an orb right next to it.
Right
see
there.
It?
So there's usually another drone or space.
This is the one that I thought was in Florida.
That's next to it. I don't know. It's like they're feeding off of each other. Okay, I got the sprinklers. Here we are.
Sprinklers.
Sprinklers are here.
She got wet.
Okay, you see it? You see how it goes?
Yeah, like it does. Like
see how it goes?
These things like come close
and
to
then
it, and it
becomes
takes
a
off.
spacecraft or aircraft or whatever you want to call it, UAP. It transforms into a craft.
So it transforms
Right
into
in
a
front of my
craft.
eyes.
I know, that's so
And
weird,
make this
man.
up. And
Doesn't
there
it
goes.
suck that like we
Off.
can't even look at this and just be mind blown about it? Because I always am skeptical that
Yeah, me
some
too.
effects happen.
For
You know what's really funny, dude?
being a little
When I was watching this
drone
on my
hunter.
phone when you sent it to me this
And the
morning,
sprinklers are on
at
here,
first
of
it was
course.
all thumbs up in the corner and a few hearts.
Yeah.
But I just thought it
I
was
just wanna
blue
know,
and red
like,
fucking
document this
orbs.
because
Oh, it's hilarious.
And I'm like,
contacted
whoa,
the
this is the
police,
craziest
I've
one yet.
contacted the news. They're not really taking this serious.
So now that
These
now look at that thing
are
flying away. Look
not
at it.
being,
Now it's flying away. That
That's
ball
what I'm
of light.
saying,
being
man.
It's
seen on
really
radar.
weird.
That
They're
this
obviously
video,
not
if legit, is pretty
typical
damn.
Like that was
because-
crazy.
drones.
Like that,
Yes.
that was like a ball
Okay,
of
I don't
light.
think drones
And
can
then
do
if
that,
it is
shine
real,
big
that
spotlights
ball
in
of
the
light
middle
then turned
of
into
the
a ship.
sky.
That ball of light did not turn into a ship. That ball of light changed directions and kept flying. It's a matter of perspective, not a fundamental shift in its ontological shape shifting. The ontological shape shifting to try to explain why we don't see UAPs is due to the fact that we don't have very much good evidence. And these kind of videos simply don't help at all. Let's keep watching.
Yes, I'm
then-
saying it's
And
like
she
they
said
was
it's
aware that it was being watched,
And
Yeah.
and they
it's like
decided to
that.
morph into a
It's like it has
standard.
an
See,
energy
that's what I'm.
source.
Morphing into something else is an interpretation of the object changing its view because it's changing its direction in relation from where we are observing it. It is not this black circle morphing into a long magic marker at all. It's simply shifting its direction. It's that simple.
I'm-
of some kind.
Dude,
It
that's
also
the one
feels
thing
like it
that-
has
that
some kind of cloaking,
would
Well,
blow
here,
my mind.
Hold on, well, let's see what she's saying here. Hold on a second.
some kind. It also feels like it has some kind of cloaking.
So now it's gone from an orb going that direction, and now it changes its shape. And she says it feels like it has some kind of cloaking. No, it doesn't feel like that at all. That is simply her with UFO on her mind. But that doesn't make it a cloaking UFO at all.
It looks like an airplane now.
So it looks like an
I'm gonna
airplane
try
now.
to catch it.
I wonder why.
Okay, here we go. That was us. That light. That's the same one. It looks like an airplane, and it sounds like an airplane, but it all started out as like a big ball of light. Okay.
See, what we have to have, what we need is an understanding of how objects that move change shape. This is so basic. God, it's so basic. That looks like a very thin piece of paper until you change its perspective in relation to you. And then you can see it's a sheet of paper. And the sheet cloaks and morphs into a thin line. And so it changes its shape. No, it does not. It changes its position in relation to the camera. And now if it keeps changing its position, it feels like it's cloaking into a sheet of paper. No, it does not feel anything like that. Let's keep watching.
This is live. I'm live streaming this Facebook.
So how did
So
that not
people
get
don't say
picked
that
up?
I'm a conspiracy theorist.
As if
All right, let's
live
see if we
She
find
streaming
says
something else.
live
changes
too.
it.
It's not like
There's another
edited.
one over here.
3 days ago.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go. Bam.
Another one.
Okay, I'm gonna get wet again. This is the triangular one. This is the one that has 4 lights.
That's
and
the
I'm
one
gonna
that they're
get
seeing in
drenched
Jersey.
again.
It looked like it.
Ah. Okay, where did it go? Yeah, the water's. Sorry about that. Sprinklers on here. Okay, so this is the triangular one.
See, that looks like the thing that was been
Has
flying
4
around Jersey.
distinct lights.
That's what I'm saying.
This one hovers.
Goes from orb
Just
to
hovers.
Yeah.
aircraft to drone.
And
And
these are
it's
I swear to God, I'm not trying to mock anybody here. From a particular perspective and a particular distance, if the drone is situated correctly, it will in fact look like an orb. And then if it moves and shifts and tilts forward or backwards, or starts moving that way or whatever, you begin to see the 3D effect, and it's got lights on these 2 wings and lights on the front and the back, and that in the dark it looks triangular. It doesn't change physically from a round light orb into a triangular machine. It's just changing its position in the sky. That's what this video is showing us. Now, again, I'm not saying that the UFOs don't shapeshift. I don't know that. I don't know if they do. But this is not evidence that they do shapeshift. This is evidence of people's unfortunate naivete. I get it. I really do, you guys. We all want to believe in the UFOs, and we all want to see the evidence. But interpreting the normal in a video into supernatural morphing capabilities in order to justify us calling these UFOs just doesn't work. It doesn't work.
all over, guys. They're all over Plantation. They're all over Broward County.
Plantation, Broward County. Yeah.
that's
There's another one.
that's right by me.
Here.
It's like 45 minutes away.
These are not stars.
I should have gone out and
at
looked
all.
last night.
Okay, here's another one over here.
I mean, this video.
Yeah.
I'm so surprised this one hasn't been out more. This video.
I'm
Is
not.
that thing? Is that her
Like I
camera
said, they're
moving, or
not
that's the thing
stars.
moving?
These are all crafts. They're all crafts. They're hovering above our cities, and people are not even noticing that these have invaded our skies.
It's good to have those.
They're
Yeah.
going business
Trees
as
and
usual
in
because
the
it's
frame
Christmas
to
and
understand
this is
the
best
movement.
time to do something like this when people
Okay, so
they line up like that.
the most.
Away. All right, just
This
pay
that
attention to
big-
what it does.
There it is.
Okay.
This is not what a normal aircraft does, guys. This is very, very, very odd. Again, this is December 10th, Tuesday, December 10th. I'm live streaming on Facebook. Jacaranda
That's crazy, man.
Jacaranda Golf Course in
What is
Plantation,
crazy
Florida.
about this? How is
Okay,
this crazy?
look at what it does. Look at what it does. They're both. One is smaller, one is larger.
Is that the thing moving, or is
Yeah.
that
both
camera?
emitting
Yeah,
some
it's-
type of
and it-
energy?
See, it's emitting an energy
This is a light source,
light source.
and you will
Well,
see.
that's what I'm saying.
how
It feels
in
like some
real
kind
time
of
it
like if you
morphs
wanted to
into
try to
a
explain it
craft.
away. I don't know if she's still
I kid
talking.
you
but
not.
she is,
Now it's
she is.
moving, so I gotta.
Sorry.
Okay, it's moving. I'm gonna try to stand as still as
It's
possible.
moving.
Why
One,
is
the
that
smaller
so?
craft moved.
Why is
I
it
believe
so
the
odd
smaller
that it's
craft is a
moving?
triangular craft,
So
and
that's
the
a
larger
triangular
one is the
craft.
one that looks like a plane. Okay, guys,
Because
this
it
is
is
real
one.
time
Or at
live
least a
streaming.
drone.
Drones,
It's like splitting cells. It's
a
so
drone.
weird.
UFO,
Yeah.
call them whatever you want. This is not normal. And by the way, the FAA
What's that
clears.
normal about it?
The FAA.
There's no airplanes flying right
There's
now
no airplanes flying around.
Of course
in
not. It's a
the
drone.
greater plantation area.
They
Look
clearly know
how
about
it takes flight.
Look at that thing.
That one takes flight in the shape of an airplane. That one takes flight.
I don't
and
understand, man. I also don't understand why you would,
eventually- well,
if you
it's still
had
looking
this
like
tech,
an
why
orb.
you would use this tech for
Right.
whatever you're looking for.
Right.
Okay, so let's see how big this one gets. I
Yeah,
believe
right.
this
So like
has
you
some
have
kind of
you have
technology
light that
that it
shifts into
projects
other
some kind
things.
of holographic
This is how you
image of an
debut it?
airplane.
Crazy.
I know I sound crazy, but I've seen these now for 5 days. 5 days,
She's live streaming this shit.
and they
though.
have gone everywhere. They're
That's the
everywhere
best
I
thing.
go.
Yes.
Everywhere I go,
best
they
thing.
show up.
Yeah. That's
And
not
I
like
feel
So
like
they're not just in plantation.
people,
I am genuinely. Her interpretation is attempting to make it into something that it's just not. There is nothing odd about a drone hovering and another little drone up here by it that's smaller and less bright, and then this drone moving off. How is that so odd? I simply want I want the truth, man. And this ain't giving it to me. No cigar. There was absolutely nothing odd in that video. Nothing. They're drones. They hover for a little while, and then it moves off behind the trees.
people get the opportunity to see something like this, live
There it
stream
is.
it. dude.
yeah.
Just at the end of the
Tell
live
me if
stream,
that's
don't
an
make the mistakes that I
airplane,
do.
because don't think
Sometimes save the
airplanes or
video before you
helicopters
close the app.
or
She said, look at that.
regular drones do that.
But like it was like
Regular planes or helicopters or regular drones don't travel like that? Is she serious? They don't go horizontally. I sincerely don't understand why she is saying what she's saying while she is showing a light moving just like a plane or a helicopter or a drone would move horizontally through the sky. Let's keep watching.
a
Look at how
ball of
fast
light,
that's going.
and now it's
That's
cooking.
going freaking
Nah, this is
crazy
wild.
fast.
This one's wild, and this one unfortunately puts a wrinkle in every
know,
other
this is like
video
about
of
5,000
people
feet.
saying it's just a plane, it's just a
Between
drone.
1,000
Like,
and
well,
5,000
Right. How
feet.
so is this, I guess.
How come this hasn't been explored more? This video.
It's
It might put a wrinkle in the idea that this is a plane, but it doesn't put a wrinkle in the idea that it's a drone. How does horizontal movement prove this is a UFO?
about the size of a
I don't
car.
know, 3 days.
Okay, let's see.
Plantation,
Let's see what else
Broward,
we
you don't
can
get a lot
find.
of credibility, to be
I
I
honest
can
with
do
you.
this
Dude.
for hours.
I mean, so she does this for a bit, and then she kind of keeps going into it. But look, but it doesn't stop. Okay, so I wasn't able. That was the first time that I listened to it with sound. I haven't had an opportunity to listen to it sound, and it's pretty crazy. So
It's compelling.
Crazy, compelling. Yeah, if you want to say they're planes and drones, there's nothing spectacular here. I sincerely am miffed. I don't get it. I just don't. It's a desperation to justify the existence of UFOs that doesn't cut the mustard. This is not evidence of the claim. I'm sorry. Normal stuff doesn't give proof of UFOs.
Yeah, it is. So to which I said, I told him I couldn't hear where I was. I couldn't listen to it. And then, so basically he just kind of summarized, saying that the woman says that they follow me everywhere I go, not just here in the golf course. See how the orb turns into a craft, and that happens every 5 minutes. A new orb forms, and the orb transforms into a craft.
So another, quite frankly, down to earth in the sky explanation is that she lives by an airport, and the reason these lights follow her every 5 minutes is because the planes keep coming into the airport every 5 minutes. I saw the exact same phenomenon in St. Louis.
You clearly saw that in that video, right? All the drones are actually made of light, and this is why there are no HD pics or videos of them. They have a shield. So
this stymies me because it's a conjecture that has no evidence. We know the drones have lights on them, but made of light? No. Drones aren't made of light.
So he says that this is why they affect electric equipment. This is why there's no orders to shoot them down, and they have been given or will be given, because everyone will find out they're not made of matter, but they're made of light. And then, so also said, have you seen one of these orbs there are hundreds of videos showing them, but people are not putting the two things together, the orbs and the crafts. Like, look at this thing from ABC News.
You know, when things like this are happening, it seems everyone starts to look up, like my crew and I have been here in Mendham recording this video that you're looking at right now. We have no idea what it is, if it's a natural phenomenon, because it could be, but this is why so many municipalities are now asking people to reach out and send their videos to them or to experts who might be able to sort out what they're seeing in the skies. But I guarantee there are so many people looking up and making those recordings, because this mystery is one that needs to be solved. For now, we're live here in Mendham Borough. Tony Yates, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Lee's saying he's wondering whether or not that might be the moon, Tony, but you pointed out it's exactly the question people are asking. What is it?
No. Yeah. Yeah, no, we're looking at the moon right now, and that's nowhere near the moon.
That looked similar to what that woman, that was like broad daylight. That woman that saw it at the golf course kind of looks similar to that, right?
So again, this is a bokeh effect in the camera. It is because the camera on a very distant object that is apparently shining in the sun is magnified. The lens has zoomed in on it, and it's enlarged this thing, and it's distorted it, and it's shimmering in the sunlight, but because the light is distorted, it makes it look like that orb has veins running through it, or whatever you can conjure up in your mind. But that is simply a distortion caused by the camera of an item that is far away but super duper focused. And this is a well-known phenomenon. That's not the actual shape of the item in the sky. Now, it might be circular, but that's not what it looks like. That wasn't what it was doing. That's caused by the camera. See, we need to educate ourselves on how cameras work. And I'm talking to me too. I am not trying to come across as an expert at all. But this is fairly obvious what this is. This is a distortion of a camera focus. That's all this is. Of something shining either off the moon or the sun up in the sky.
It also looks like the Chris Bledsoe video, and
Yeah.
I bring that up because I know people, look, myself included, it's a wild story he tells, so it's hard to know what to really sink your teeth into there.
Yeah.
But that on ABC News, coupled with the fact that the reporter is clearly at the end looking up and talking about that she's basically seeing that and the moon simultaneously, so no confusion.
Right.
That to me is the best video in a long time.
Wow. We almost don't have a chance to ever get really good evidence from a video then. If that's the best we can do, we're in deep trouble, man. So this does come down to something I have said, not often enough, obviously, and I'm going to have to start saying this a lot more intensely, actually, because of the way video is taken now, and because of the poor quality of cameramanship, whether at night or during the day or whatever. There's only going to be one real, actual, valid way to learn that the UFOs are real, and that is to literally have your own experience. And I don't mean with the camera where you distort the evidence either. I mean have the real experience. And I don't know how to do that, but I'm not going to make a big deal about that. But if this video is the best we've got, there's no hope. There's got to be something better.
Coupled with the golf one.
Yeah, but the point is that even a mainstream local news station is saying, what is that?
Right. So that Bledsoe one you mentioned.
Yeah, a lady on a mainstream news organization simply doesn't understand how the camera focusing it distorts the light. Why is that such a big deal? See, they're trying to use the authoritative approach to make you believe that this is a UFO. No, it's not. It's a distorted, magnified something or other reflecting in the light in the sky. That's what it is.
Right? So this is from Bledsoe's Instagram. All right, so check that out. This is from Christopher Bledsoe's Instagram. And he said, this is on November 6th. That was recorded in 4K. The new knowledge is coming fast.
Dude, look at it.
Like, what is that? It's floating around in the sky. It looks like a light show or something, right? And then it's fairly similar to the two previous things that we just showed. The golf course thing and then the ABC News thing.
Now, I'm not doubting Chris Bledsoe's story. This particular video suffers from the same flaw. Chris's camera magnified it too much and it distorted the image. That's what I'm saying. Whatever he was seeing was there in the sky, but this is a distorted image of it because of the magnification causing the bokeh effect from the camera itself. And I get it, he has high-tech camera, but that doesn't mean the high-tech camera works perfectly with someone who is focusing wrong. Again, this doesn't make me doubt the UFOs. It makes me doubt this particular evidence as proving UFOs. No, it does not.
Is yet another piece. So then
this is the problem I have. It's like these two things are happening simultaneously. It's hard for me to believe that if there are drones tracking radiation from misplaced, radioactive material or whatever it is, that's not the same as this, man. And if it is, that's a big moment for our government admitting the technology we have.
Right.
He is right about that. It's not the same thing. It is two different things. But this is not evidence for UFOs. So I spent enough time trying to be calm. I was quite a bit angry earlier tonight, and my wife said, that's a remarkable reaction. Why are you so angry? And I guess it's because this gives me the impression of being deceitful. And in the process of working with serious, flawed videos, people come across saying, well, I absolutely know what the UFOs are, and I know how they're doing it. They are morphing in their shape and all, and here's my evidence. And when you know the actual, rather natural explanation, and their absolute sure knowledge is based on a serious, fatally flawed approach with fatally flawed evidence, are we ever going to get valid evidence for UFOs from videos? And I am very skeptical of this. Now, that doesn't mean the UFOs are fake. But don't tell me, I mean, if you do, I'm going to challenge your assertion. I'll put it this way, that here is my evidence of why I know UFOs shift from balls of light into metal machines. Bullshit. You know no such thing. There is a much more obvious, natural explanation. And that is easy to prove, sincerely. So thanks for watching my Backyard Professor videos. I shall return with more as I have the time. In the meantime, keep looking up. Something is going on with this incredible spreading phenomenon, for now called the drones. There are some websites and people who say this is the beginning of a warfare with drones and people, or with UFOs and UFOs, like Cliff High said. We have till the end of March. I'm going to keep my eye peeled, but it's going to have to be a lot better evidence than what we're seeing here, or I'm not going to accept the evidence. It's that simple. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.